Hello and welcome to Only Stupid Answers. My name is Sam Basher.
My name is DJ Wooldridge.
Today we have a review for Uncut Gems, the new film from the Safdie brothers, Benny and Josh. I had to scroll up really quick. This movie, I've been looking forward to it for months now. It was a late edition. But as soon as you saw A24 and the Safdie brothers and Adam Sandler, I was intrigued.
Yes.
A quickie synopsis. A charismatic New York City jeweler, always on the lookout for the next big score, makes a series of high-stakes bets that could lead to the windfall of a lifetime. Howard must perform a precarious high-wire act balancing business, family, and encroaching adversaries on all sides in his relentless pursuit of the ultimate win.
Yeah. The only part I question in that is they call him charismatic, and it just feels like...
It's the bad kind of charismatic.
Yeah. It's like if a car salesman that makes you feel uncomfortable to be around is charismatic, then yes, also this person is charismatic. Yeah, slick.
Yeah, slick. And this movie stars Adam Sandler, Idina Menzel, Eric Bogosian, as well as Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, The Weeknd.
The Weeknd. Those are the big play. Oh, and I'm so sorry. Lakeith Stanfield is, for some reason, is not near the top of this cast list. But currently, there have been reviews out for this movie because it was at a lot of festivals. What's it sitting at right now?
So it's sitting at 95% with a critics' consensus saying, Uncut Gems reaffirms the Safdies as masters of anxiety-inducing cinema and proves Adam Sandler remains a formidable dramatic actor when given the right material.
Is that nice? It felt bad. Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah. I agree with it. I think, Adam Sandler gets a lot of crap because he makes a significant amount of money off of movies that are generally critically not well liked. He's got that Netflix deal, and if you've watched any of those movies, they're fine, but like if you watch something like Punch Drunk Love, Adam Sandler really can be a tremendous performer, and I don't, to the point where I don't resent him for the money grab movie. I just don't see those movies. You know what I mean? I just don't. Yeah. And there's a reason they make a lot of money, and that's fine. But like movies like this, it's like, I mean, God bless him. He's so talented.
Oh my God. And like that's more recently, like I think because of the poo-pooing against his like more just like safer movies.
Yeah.
I think it's
paid vacations.
Yeah. Great formula, by the way. I wish I could do that because I've heard nothing but good things for people who have worked for him.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a big vacation with all your buddies. I mean, you can't fault him for it, and it was just cool to see an announcement like this because immediately I didn't doubt that he was going to give a good performance in this movie. Like I was just like, oh, I can't wait to see the amount of talent that comes out of this guy because also he did a comedy tour recently, and he did this whole like kind of dramatic comedic little bit because it's a comedy tour, but for Chris Farley, and it was I forgot also that he's musically talented too, and it just.
There's a reason he's so successful,
and
when you look at some of those movies, you think like you forget why, and then you forget that, and you see this, and it's a great reminder. And also, I love Punch Drunk Love, but it is also a very anxiety-inducing movie, and so pairing him with the Safdies feels like a very smart. I don't know if it was he called them or they called him or how that played out, but it was a very good pairing.
Martin Scorsese is an executive producer on this movie, and so that's pretty cool that they're getting the attention that they're getting, and I hope the Safdies keep making movies. I want to say like this in a very like ethereal sense where they're lightly these like Good Time, which I'm a big fan of, and I know you're a big fan of too. I wasn't on my radar. You're the one who was like, hey, you want to go see this? And I was like, sure. 50-50 sometimes, but it was that was an amazing movie, and I can't wait for Christmas for me to I want to show my family that, and everyone's gonna have a heart attack. I just love that these movies are able to capture very similar emotional beats with really having nothing to do with each other.
Very
minus
different
location of where they shot it.
New York.
And it seems like the Safdies have a very clean-cut understanding of the inner workings of like that kind of business. How would you describe what?
He's a jeweler.
Jeweler, but it's more of where the people he handles his business
so
with.
he's a high-end jeweler, and it's interesting because you do see a variety of aspects of that industry in New York because he works in like a closed-in office space that you need to get buzzed into, but he goes to, for us, what would be the typical like Diamond District or whatever, where it's basically like a flea market kind of like
JCPenney's kind of area, but better.
And so it's all aspects of that, but he's working with a higher end clientele, but he's got a bit of a gambling problem. A bit.
It's crazy. It's insane. It's so crazy how quickly you can see, and the Safdies, like with Robert Pattinson's character in Good Time, it's just a character constantly making what they feel is the right decision in the split-second moment, but it's clearly always bad decisions, and it ends up awful.
I will say, in Robert Pattinson's defense, he's got a little bit of a ticking clock in that, like, he's literally got to make decisions now.
Yeah.
Interestingly,
but he makes every single bad
one. Even though Howard is not technically a criminal, and he's not under the ticking clock, he somehow like navigates his way towards. He like has a nose for it, like what can get me into trouble right now? And he doesn't mean to. That's not his goal. His goal, he just wants to bet big and win big, and he just does. And he can't seem to like take an out. Like, listen, man, this isn't what you wanted, but it is an out. Like, wow. Guess I'm going to throw this away and go for the big one.
Yeah, I mean, like, it feels like people who live their life by motivational posters where it's like, you miss 90% of the shots you don't take, and it's like, shut up. You have $1 million in front of you. You're fucking moron. And you understand that the person isn't unbelievable.
Yeah.
You can, because there's just kind of getting into overall thoughts in the movie, just to kind of help sum it up a little bit, because we obviously both very much enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And we're about to do a podcast. You can go listen to it on stupidAnswers.com, where this will be on my top favorite movies of the year.
Agreed.
Overall,
spoilers.
The performances across the board were amazing.
Yeah.
How Howard, Adam Sandler's character, interacts with Lakeith Stanfield's character, with the high rollers like The Weeknd and Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett is a big part of this movie.
He is, and he does a great job.
Yes,
I think
I agree.
I just mainly, I don't think I've seen him in anything before. While you do your review, I'll look up and see what his IMDb is. He doesn't even have a photo on IMDb, which is great.
Yeah.
But no, the way he interacts with them, but with Lakeith Stanfield and Idina Menzel, you get how he's gotten into relationships with these people, whatever, business or otherwise. But you also get why they both can't leave each other, but it's also toxic, but also like there's something good about him, but also it's like it's so complicated. But you understand that in just these little tiny pocket moments when he's interacting with everybody. And also the adversaries in this movie do a great job where they're like, they're mooks, they're goons, but they're not like bumbling. They're very much a threat. And it's a good take on, or at least it feels like a modern take on that kind of genre, where it's like not mob enforcers, but you get the same kind of feel for it, where it's like he owes a lot. I was trying to keep track during the movie, and it's impossible once, like, there's at one point just random people on the street stop him, and they're like just regular looking dudes, like, hey, you owe us $30,000, and I was like, how is he not just drowning all the time?
I mean, he kind of is.
He is.
The whole process of the movie is him struggling to get out ahead, and just and continually to find ways to dig himself further. And I think the exceptional aspect of Adam Sandler's performance is that you find ways to. Rooting for Howard seems like a stretch, but just not wanting them to get run over by the bus. Just get out of the street, Howard. Just Howard, get out of the street.
Yeah,
you know
I don't want you to get like clobbered by like. I was gonna try to use a football metaphor. I don't know.
You got any basketball metaphors? It's a bigger part of this. Wait, hold on.
You could just. The train's coming, man. Get off the train.
Yeah. Come on, man. Like, don't. And it's interesting because he's not a terribly likable person, but because Adam Sandler is likable. You know what I mean? I think it's a similar thing with Good Time and Robert Pattinson, where it's like, if on paper this person's trash, but I want him to not fall apart. I guess
it's the one plus to, like, for indie movies like this, to get the A-list celebrity that you get as a good guy, because it's just like you need somebody to anchor, like, for you to doubt the entire time that this is an actual bad person, where it's like, no, they've proven time and time again either that they're a thief or they have like a crippling gambling addiction that's like tearing their life apart. Like, we can clearly see.
Idina Menzel gets a standout moment where she gets to like tear him down verbally. That's really great, and it's also a really good performance of acting, because what she's saying is really mean, but she says it in a really, like, in a way that made me like her more.
Yeah, you know where it's like, do you guys always talk to each other like that? Did you talk about this like this before it got bad? Because it feels like you did.
Also, the movie does a good job with, it's not ever, there's, I can't go into it more without spoilers, but there's aspects of his life that could make it worse, and then there's a moment of like, oh, maybe this will work out. Like, maybe it's gonna be okay.
Like, he keeps getting so close to being just okay,
Yeah.
like you could get out of this problem, but that's not the point. It's not like it's like you rooting for like someone to get over their like a crippling addiction for like alcohol or whatnot. Like in the beginning of the movie, it's like no, he's not. You were gonna see him spiral all the way down.
Yeah.
And God, he just it affects so many people in his life. But you know what? Performances from Adam Sandler, the main cast, as well as all the supporting cast, they do an amazing job. The writing in this movie is fantastic, and also there's a cool the bookends. There's this cool graphic for Uncut Gems, the logo once it starts, and you get like a little bit of context of what the Uncut Gem basically is in the beginning of the movie. You actually see like it getting harvested, and that part of it, I was like, are we going to like, it felt automatically too big because there's this big like drone shot over it. I'm like, Safdie's got a little money now. But I actually really liked it because it added context to like the whole movie, and Howard's life is from this moment and all these different sets of problems that are happening for these people over here. But you're such a selfish piece of shit that like you don't care. You don't care. Which, I mean, there's also that makes you reevaluate yourself during the movie as well. But in this movie, when I got out, I had a headache. And I was like, oh, man, I was really stressed out. And I realized I had been clenching my jaw the whole time that, like, after I went home, I was just like, God, why? Why do I watch movies like this? Because they're amazing.
Yeah, I was telling you when we were coming out, about 2/3 of the way through the movie, I had a moment where I described it as like, you know, when you have a nightmare and you wake up, but there's still that feeling like something's wrong, something's bad. You need to help somebody with something, or just this feeling of dread almost. And about halfway, like 2/3 of the way through the movie, I just had this wave of like, there's something I'm forgetting. There's something and I had to realize like, no, it's because of the movie I'm watching. I'm fine. Everything right now is just fine. But the movie I'm watching is like stirring up all this unrecognized anxiety or whatever.
That's actually, I'm going to give a shout out to the composer, Daniel Lopatin, and because I think he did an amazing job with just he captures this like 70s, 80s like adjacent synth ethereal feeling that but it doesn't make you feel of like never-ending story. It's like, what if you could feel your own like morality and soul slipping out of your body, and that's what this is. And like, but it's happening mystically because of the gems. When you look inside of a gem, it's like, oh, that's beautiful. And Kevin Garnett, by the way, has not really acted in anything else besides 2 NBA things. But there's a moment where I really like the moment where basically he's one of the big buyers that comes into Howard's place, and there's one thing he gets attached to, which is like the MacGuffin of the entire movie, and his moment in that, not only the editing, which is expertly done, but his reaction to it of how bad he needs this thing, this magic stupid thing. It's great. He does an amazing job, and that's not even, I mean, that's the smallest performance in the movie. Everyone in this brings their A game and then some, and a lot of people are saying that Adam Sandler deserves an Oscar. I mean, throw him in the running, man. He worked this movie halfway through. I realized I was like, I am enjoying myself quite a lot, but I am going to have a heart attack. It's not like a roller coaster, unless the roller coaster just had it was so much fun, but you also noticed that the handrails were starting to come off a little bit, where you're like, I'm okay, like, I should be fine, but this is happening, and it's stressing me out.
So what would you rate this movie?
A. Like, I'd give it, like, out of 10, how many Uncut Gems? 9.5.
How much money did he owe?
I mean, let's
hold on. What we can say is $175,000 is not necessarily what he owes, but is an amount that he gets at one point. I
think it's fair to round up in his life. You can do even $200K.
200,000. So out of 200,000 that Howard owes.
Oh my God! What a freaking moron!
Yeah.
But oh my God! You'll know the scene between him and Kevin Garnett. It's in the back half of the movie, and it's oh my God! You understand his character fully at that point of how he can justify all the bad decisions he makes. Great job, Safdie Bros. 200K, that's easy. It's just no problem. 180K.
Yeah.
That's an A. That's obviously
I give it an A as well. So I think that is around 180, maybe 100, 185.
Sure.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what the Safdies do next.
I like that this was a surprise, kind of. When the announcement, it was just like, you gotta you got the behind the scenes of doing the poster of Adam Sandler with like this breathing, and you're like, what's happening? Yeah. And they did the announcement with the trailer, and it's like, this they got some good stuff. So please check out this movie and check out Good Time. Just watch it again, so that way more people get eyes on it.
Yeah, 100%. I believe it's either on Amazon or Netflix. Good Time is, so you can check that out and just get yourself some cake after the movie.
Oh, you're gonna need some cartoons or something, man. It's like, and it's not
watch
even
The Good Place.
Oh my God, watch The Good Place. R.I.P. Sending soon. But hey, gang, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check out Patreon. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.